everyone in their soul is a reflection of their past. And for me, the recognition that we've achieved in the legal arena is the source of attribution for that is probably grounded most in how I grew up. I grew up in a relatively small town USA. My parents were working class folks. My dad was one of the local union guys, as most of the guys worked in the plants and the power plants and utilities and stuff were back then. He was an electrician. And so you grow up, you say you grow up regular folks, and there was no elitism. There were no people in ivory towers. You didn't know any of the corporate guys or the corporate way of life, what was called the white collar way of life. When I got out of law school, there were a lot of opportunities for me. I was actually asked to go to work for corporate America, working for one of the big utility companies, and I thought that was what most lawyers do when they get out of school, is that they go to work for industry, the big corporations. Instead, it was fortuitous, but I found my way into a small, what was called a plaintiff law firm that represented folks that worked mostly in the plants. In doing that, I really liked that. It's like, this puts me back at my roots, identifying with the people I grew up with. And I really like that because it helped me help the people that I grew up with. It helped me with the people I identified with. And at the end of the day, it really gave me the opportunity to pick and choose who my clients would be and get to wear the white hat. So I don't ever have to go into court defending the indefensible. I don't have to do what somebody wants just because they're paying me to do what they want. We get to pick and choose who we believe in. We represent people that generally need a lawyer, that they've been aggrieved. It may be somebody that's been hurt. It may be a family that lost a loved one as a result of the misconduct of others or a corporation or a plant or whatever. And it may be something that's not a life-altering situation, maybe a car wreck or something.
Mr. Coon, good to have you with us today.
Brent Coon is a Texas lawyer.
Brent Coon.
Brent Coon, he is considered the expert.
My goal's always been to make unfair situations fair. And most often where you see that inequity is when an individual or a smaller group is disadvantaged in some way by a larger group. You have to help them get back on their feet. And getting back on their feet is counseling them, understanding, being empathetic with them. And part of that is helping them get to a recovery place where you can never be made whole. You can't replace those people that have lost an arm or lost their life or things of that nature. But you can get them much closer to a point where they can move on. And it's our goal to help them move on.